Damn,
I
no,
love
it's
that. I
been
can
a
see
minute, son.
that. It has, man. Oh,
It is
interesting
true.
movie, man.
Hold on, take two. I'm sorry, guys. Hold
Have
on. JR's gonna laugh when he sees this. There we go. All right,
it.
all right, let's go, guys.
What's the good news?
As a matter of fact, that was.
No more room in hell. The dead will walk here.
What's up, horror fiends? It's your boy Ricky Grimes. We are back to Three Corners of Horror. I'm here with my man JR. What up, son? How are you?
Damn, man, we haven't been together since last year. It's been a long time. And we got an interesting one. Movie called Sick. I don't know. Was it a good film or did I get a stomach ache watching it?
Bro, why you gotta mention stomach ache, bro? I was in bed for like a week. What up, Joe, my boy? I miss you guys. What's up, Joe? How you doing?
It's funny because I was literally gonna say, did this movie make me feel good because I loved it, or was it just diarrhea?
Damn, son.
I totally forgot about your stomach thing.
Nah, it's all good. I didn't have the runs that bad, but
I did when I got my colonoscopy.
So now you know why everybody was out.
Yeah. We all had the stomach bug. What are we talking about today, guys? JR, what are we talking about?
This movie just made me sick. Oh yeah, it's called Sick.
Peacock original by Kevin Williamson. This is going to be your review for the 2023 film Sick. Look at Joe.
I'm just smiling, dude.
Joe like this one. All right, guys, what's going on? All right.
I'm just high.
All right. Joe, the psychologist, chat me up, brother. Now, I know you're a big Kevin Williamson fan, so I'm going to throw it to you first. What did you think about this new movie?
All right. I liked it, but it was fun. It wasn't like, like Scream, or I know what you did last summer where there was some mystery to be solved. It was just a fun. I mean, it took away an hour, 20 minutes, and it went by fast. It wasn't one of his best. The suspense part was, pretty good, but I liked it because, like I said, I went in with low expectations, and at least it didn't go below my low expectations.
How about you, JR? What say you, brother?
I don't know. The minute this movie started, I thought, okay, here we go, another pandemic film. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh shit, yeah, Ghostface. He must be broke. He's figured out his mask in the opening couple minutes of the movie. But it was, I don't know. For me, it's like there was some good parts in it, but there was a lot that dragged it to the point where it reminded me too much of too many things we've seen before.
Yeah.
I think that was
a mixture of Scream and a mixture of Hush.
You know what's funny? When I saw the guys in what they were wearing, I thought of Hush immediately because I was like, that's what I hated about Hush. I hated that fucking guy's mask. Now, Kevin Williamson wrote this film, but John Himes, he's the one that directed it. Not too familiar with the director. I didn't look up his information, unfortunately. Guys, I apologize, but I digress. Now, what I thought about the film, I'm kind of more on JR's side of it. It took me a while to get into this film. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I'm not in the mood to watch a movie about COVID or going through all that bullshit. And they took a lot of liberties, obviously, because this was in 2020 and they already had at-home COVID tests, which we all know it ain't coming.
Yeah.
It's so I'm not gonna fault the film for that because it's a horror film, slapstick. It wasn't trying to take itself seriously, so it's just something that kind of took me out. But the whole pandemic thing, I'm kind of over that. Like, I don't want to hear COVID in movies. When I hear COVID, it takes me out immediately. And this is the first movie that's done that.
Well, you're probably going to get a couple more too, though, because people had to do something during COVID or come up with something.
That's fine, but I don't want it. It don't have to be during COVID, is what I'm saying. At least not now. Wait a little bit and make a movie about COVID. I'll watch that. But I don't know, man. It just feels like it just threw me out. I was like, oh fuck, really? This is about COVID? Damn. But as the film went along, though, I kind of warmed up a little bit more to it. So we're gonna get to that. Now, the second part we're gonna be talking about here. Now, this film has a bunch of killers in it, right? Now, JR mentioned Hush, which Hush I fucking loved. I hated the killer initially, but once he got rid of the mask, the film took a whole different turn for me. Now in this one here, it made more sense as to why the killers looked this way, and the fact that it was a movie during a pandemic. Again, it did make sense in that way as well. But because it's gonna get a lot of Scream comparisons, like, and I've watched a lot of cool killers lately, like Art the Clown, for example, awesome killer. But when I see these guys running around, and there's two, spoiler alert, Jr. The killer's motivations. Let's get into this because this I was interested in. I was invested because I wanted to know what the fuck was going on, why they're targeting this set of people when in the cold open they killed another kid, Tyler, and you didn't think they were related at the time, which it does come into full play later. I give the writing credit for that. What's to you? The motivations. What did it do for you? Like, did it work? Did it work?
I don't think it worked for me at all. I mean, it was a little. How if I was to have changed this film, I would have did it more of the fact that if you want to mess around with COVID, do it with the fact that the girl had no respect about anybody. You know, she didn't care if she got sick or anybody.
I didn't like her. Yeah. That's another thing too.
That
bro.
could have been a better
God.
motivation.
Oh,
you know, here you got somebody who's anti-mask. All right, let's get these maskers. Whatever. But it's just her kissing a boy who ended up getting COVID and dying. It's just that was such a stretch for me. I mean, when I seen that once that was real, I was like, you know what, man, this is just dumb now. I mean, it was a very bad motivation, to be honest. I mean, the sad part is the best killer they had in the whole thing was the one that killed DJ because he was like the strongest one.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you know what that is?
Use that one dude. That one dude was so cool because he was so strong, and the way he killed DJ was the best kill in the whole freaking movie.
Was that the dad? Because they had masks. I don't know whether that was the dad or the son.
No, that's the son because he ended up getting killed.
Yeah, the son was the one that got killed. The one who's the son got his face smashed in by and then stabbed in the neck.
I want to shout out the dad though. That guy, he's always a fucking asshole in movies. He was in Ozark. I don't know if any of you two watched it.
It's on my list also.
Oh yeah. Watch it. He's great in Ozark. Joe, that's interesting because JR, again, I feel like for the first time, bro, we're like almost on the same wavelength. But Joe, the motivations for here, right? It was slapstick, right? It was meant to be silly. Am I wrong?
No, I think it was. They think they were meant to be serious about the fact that they were upset that. Yeah. No,
let me ask you this before you get into your point. They said they tracked down the first person to infect Parker. How the fuck did they know that? Like, answer me that question, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, a whole lot of HIPAA laws were violated for them to find out that information. That's for sure.
Right. Oh my God.
I mean, just off the bat, they unless the mom we didn't know about this worked in the medical field for her to have access, then it's a stretch for you to be able to track down somebody's medical field.
That's a good show. The mom, I think her name was Pamela. Yeah, she was Pamela. Because the dad was Jason. I remember now. I was like, oh my God, okay, that's obviously a Friday parallel. But she might have worked in the medical field. For one, they had chloroform. They had a whole shitload of medical masks, and they had, like I mentioned before, it was at-home COVID test, but it didn't look like the ones we be using.
But for me, I feel like I'm like at this point the horse is like glue. I don't even know what to do anymore. I keep beating this down. Like you said, it was about COVID more, and now this was a message on you not caring about other people. You're going to parties. And like again, we all just lived through this, and like you said, we don't want to keep repeating it.
Yeah,
and I mean. I guess as a parent, I would understand the anger and the outrage.
Yeah.
I'm not about to convince Adam and Zach, let's go hunt down these people. I mean, that just it's not logical.
Parker had a good point when they yelled at Parker, "Why weren't you wearing the mask?" And she says, "Why wasn't he?"
Yeah.
So he was just as guilty.
Right. And that's it's another one that had the message. So
yeah,
that's where the movie for me, same with you guys, kind of lost it. Yeah. I wanted a different motivation because they mentioned the party. So maybe there's some accident happened at the party. I mean, like we all know that almost some of these slasher movies, something happened at a party. I didn't know it was because, she gave COVID and she was asymptomatic, so she wouldn't have known that.
Of course, the one person that was all ho hum about it, right? Oh my god.
Well, yeah, she had it.
I feel bad for Mary because Mary's like, I can't get COVID. I can't give it to my family. I think she said her mother, right? Maybe her mother.
Her father.
Yeah.
So you know, she has it if she's asymptomatic, and she's tested positive according to the killers. We don't know that. We didn't see it.
Right.
So I feel bad for her more than anything. You know?
But even the scene, even that felt for the stuff, because the scene where they're outside getting high, she's like, "Well, that's how you spread it. But if I get a free one, just give it to me." And then they hand it to you, so you're still touching it.
You touched it. You touched it. He licked it. I mean,
oh my God,
there's a whole chain of order of events to go to hand that. So you're like, I don't want to share it with you, but share your hands, and you already licked it. Pass that over to me.
It's a lot of it.
As silly as it was, once the killers unmasked, or they still had the mask on, but once we knew who they were, I enjoyed it more. And as silly as it was, I was okay. This movie is not meant to be taken seriously, so let me enjoy the ride. And I liked it more, like the way they killed the dad. He got impaled by the fucking moose.
The
antlers.
Which you knew you got foreshadowing of that. There were two shots, and they're literally one shot. They like looked right at it, and you're like, someone's gonna get stabbed on that.
Yeah, he went.
That was pretty cool.
I'm sorry, this doesn't sound so mean, but the way the mother died, I was laughing
because she had mentioned. Remember, we're gonna burn the house down to eliminate all the evidence, and she's the one that ended up getting burned up.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Well, and the reason
they put her on fire, and she runs outside.
I didn't even know what it was.
Goes into the road. It actually looks both directions.
And she falls.
And then started running. I was dying. I was like, oh my God, this is great. It's funny.
I laughed hard when Parker was begging on her door when she first met the mother on the road. Her mother wouldn't let her in because she didn't have a mask on. I was like, oh my God.
When she said that, you kind of knew she was in on it.
Yeah, well, and her name is the actress is Jane Addams, and she's done a lot of roles.
Oh, cool! You recognize her?
So no, I've seen her. She was if you never checked this show out, but it was called Dead to Me. She played the mom on there. It's a great show.
Nice.
But when I saw her, when I saw the trailer and I saw that scene, I'm like, okay, she's in this. Maybe she's the neighbor. But then once I watched it and I saw her, I'm in my head going,
Oh, I knew immediately.
I'm like, she's part of this, because I doubt that she took the role in this movie to just pull up, say you don't have a mask and then go to take off on her.
That's a comment from a veteran movie watcher, because I never seen Dead to Me, so I didn't recognize her. But if I did, I would have had the same exact thought. Like, this ain't no regular one and done scene. Mm-hmm. No. Unless it's a Rob Zombie film and he casts like famous
here and there.
Like famous, not famous, but famous like cult actors that only like people like me would know, and small roles like that, But yeah, you're right about that. Now let me see, Joe, bro. If the pandemic, right, during the pandemic, if you had access to a house like that, away from everybody, would you quarantine elsewhere, or would you go on a vacation and live it up? I mean, that looked fun to me, but bro.
So by myself, that's a hell to the no. If I went there by myself,
see, I'm anti-social, man. I'll bring it on, bro.
Well, no, I mean, I'm good at being by myself, but I would need to make sure if it's just Adam and I can't run fast, so I would need to make sure that there's a house in running distance of me in case I need help.
In this case, there was a house, but you had to
it's across a fucking lake. I don't swim well. I've been rescued from drowning a couple of times.
I know, they had Aquaman in the water.
But like I would do it if I was with a group of people and it's people that I know that I'm gonna get along with. Now, if I went with some friends and they're like saying, "Oh, I'm inviting a couple other people," I watched too many horror movies for me to be put in this situation in a cabin with people I don't know. Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, it depends on who I'd be with. But again, this was too far away from people, and I would have been like, no. I mean, Adam took me to Lake George, and I was fucking freaking out because I thought he was taking me to a cabin that looked like Friday the 13th, and it looked like, I mean, granted, this was like a mansion compared to theirs, but it looked almost like this. And I'm like, yeah, even that house is kind of fucking freaky. I mean, it's woods. I mean, no city kid goes to the woods.
Would you allow DJ to hang out with you if he just showed up uninvited like that?
DJ was cool, man. I mean, come on, man. He had the drugs. He had
weed.
Yeah, man. He was cool as shit. Yeah. She was already rolled. You know, yeah. DJ was cool as hell. Nah, I'd be in the cabin, man. You kidding me? I mean, I just gotta say the one major knock I had, another knock I had in this film is every time the home invader came in, it was done too obvious. I mean, the minute the door was open, when DJ walks out, you knew, all right, this dude's gonna sneak in. I mean, I don't like stuff like that. I'd rather have the killer find a different way in. I don't know. It's just me.
To play devil's advocate, the reason why I would accept that because these ain't your typical killers. They're not killers. They're not. They're parents.
No, they're not.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. This film here, real quick. I'll get back to you, Jay. I apologize, but this movie is about the stress of the pandemic and what it could do to normal people, and how it drives them to do stuff that's normally not in character of what they do. Because as we see in COVID, people can act pretty fucking crazy, and you involve losing a son. So I could buy that, but I can see you. I also could see your faults though.
I mean, think about it. You had Aquaman in the water who held his breath for like what, like 15-minute scene, and the never resurfaced.
I hated that scene.
You know, and then so technically you could say they're kind of trained. If that dude was able to do that,
it could have been Navy SEAL. You don't know.
So, yeah,
I mean, he knew how to kill people. I mean,
I mean, it's for me. It's just like, yeah, I will go to the cabin. I will enjoy myself. Especially the basement, because that basement had good music.
Bro,
oh yeah, I mean,
put all three of us in there.
And she's over there with the freaking, was it like the?
Yeah, fucking Lysol. I'm just gonna call it Lysol. Spraying Lysol. Listen, you spray Lysol too much times, you're choking. Yeah. Like, and that's a person who doesn't have asthma. I mean, a normal human being would sit there and they're like dancing, spraying. Yeah, that.
You know what else I hated is when they had to wipe down all the groceries, because I spent so many months doing that shit. I never want to do that again. And I saw it here. I'm like, oh, come on.
You know what's the funny part though? They go to the grocery store.
It's a good detail though.
And it's funny how, I mean, during pandemic, I don't know why everybody was buying toilet paper, but man, there were so many potato chips. I would have bought all those fucking chips, man, because everybody's buying toilet paper, and he goes and grabs that one bag of chips. But the funny thing is, when I seen that dude, I was like, "Yo, is this Tom Holland's brother?" Because I thought it was Tom Holland in the film at first. The dude that got killed in the beginning,
Tyler.
Yeah,
I wish it was Tom Holland. Fuck that.
Fuck Tom Holland. It's Dylan Spayberry or something like that. He was in Teen Wolf.
Oh, Joe wouldn't know that one. I've never seen Teen Wolf.
But
I saw the Michael J. Fox film.
No, this is a series.
That cabin was beautiful, though.
Bro, that cabin was beautiful. That's not a cabin. That's a house.
It's a mansion.
That was her parents owned that, right? That's what it was. Now, why were her parents there? Like, if you own this place, let the whole family move in.
Her parents are probably in Aruba or something.
I'm gonna end it with this right now before we get into the closing thoughts. Like, this film here, I hated it up until, like, when DJ arrived. I was like, come on, get this fucking guy out of here. Really? DJ. It's COVID. Get out of here. Again, too many past memories. Anyway, I liked it when the killers got in and he stole the phones. Yeah. And then DJ got smart and Parker woke up, her phone's gone, and DJ grabs Parker and said, shh, there's someone in the house. Now I started rooting for DJ, Parker, and Mary. I don't know what happened. It's just the fact that they realized they're in trouble. They stole their phones. They weren't playing stupid. They knew something was up. Immediately, the characters smartened up. And they became more likable. And when DJ got killed, I was yelling to fucking help this guy.
They're just sitting there in the car. And then she's like, all right, when I get him, get ready to book it. Why were you not doing it then? Like, you drive really quick, jump out, grab him, get him in.
That's people. One.
I guess one.
We've seen a lot of horror movies where people are thrown off second, third floors. And they usually hit the roof a little bit to lessen the impact. The way Mary hit, just to have one messed up leg.
She dead, yo. I don't care. She dead.
Her back should have been.
Yeah, she would have not been walking.
You're limping. You only got one leg injury from falling down.
No. Your neck would have been hurt. Your back would have been hurt.
She felt like this. Come on.
So GR, man, chat me up, brother. Closing thoughts, man. What say you?
Watch this movie if you're bored. Basically, if you're into viruses, I guess watch it because there's another pandemic, COVID. I mean,
It's not really
It's-
about that though. That's the funny
it's
shit. I thought it
but
was gonna be.
it's a cause and effect of COVID. That's the main carrier of the film.
Good call.
And unfortunately, like if you take away that, it's not original. It's we've seen killers like this plenty of times, and it's just there's nothing new, nothing fresh about it. Yeah, I was. I'll be honest, I was disappointed because I didn't see the trailer, but the poster looked pretty cool. I was like, all right, you know, this
Poster's
is gonna be cool.
awesome.
And yeah, that's probably the only awesome thing in the whole movie is the poster. But I'm gonna give this 2.5.
Okay, that's half. Not bad. Not bad. Out of 5. How about you, Joe?
I mean, pretty much I'm on JR, like gonna piggyback everything. I mean, I was hugely disappointed. I'm a Williamson fan. I mean, anybody who knows their 90s slashers, I mean, his name was usually attached to it, whether if he wrote it or co-wrote it.
He did. I know what you did last summer.
Mhm.
Did he? I figured the name sounded familiar attached to that.
And I want to say there was another one. Of course, I didn't look it up.
Not
This
Urban
was-
Legend, right? He didn't do Urban Legend, right?
No, I don't know.
No.
No. I know there was another one. I just can't remember. But I mean, he was the 90s slasher. So
Yeah.
I was hoping, you know, it'd be something in the same. But yeah, same thing. Disappointed. I mean, just because again, COVID. You know, I kind of need a break from that. Don't need to see that. It had some good moments. You know, a lot. It wasn't a total. You know, I'm a 2.5 also.
This movie, if you look at the reviews and the scores, people love this movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's uncanny, but it's not a terrible film. It's just
No.
it's a film that I'm not in the mood to watch because of the situation. But I will say this: it's a short film, which it's a plus for me. I love it.
Yeah.
And I don't think when Kevin Williamson wrote it, he's not trying to make the new Scream. I hope he's not trying to make another franchise.
God,
but
no.
No, I don't think.
I
so.
think he just made a movie. He had some extra money left over. There's only a few people in this movie. A big knock for me is this is a slasher, but there's no killing. There's only they killed Tyler, the villains, DJ, and that's it.
Oh, and the old guy, the neighbor.
Yeah. Oh my god. And I was yelling at Parker. Why would you lead the fucking killer to your poor, unassuming neighbor? You know he's gonna die. Of course he dies. Like 2 minutes later. And of course when he died, I'm like, grab the gun. Guess what? Nope, she didn't. The killer grabbed the gun. So
Yep.
I'm coming in here with a 3 because even though it pissed me off, it's a short film, and at the end of the day, I didn't feel like I wasted my time. And I gotta give them credit because the premise was so fucking stupid that they had balls to actually run with it. So it is what it is. Tres. And that's gonna do it for 3 Corners of Horror. I'm Ricky Grime. What about man JR the boss, Joe the psychologist. Come back next week, guys. And if you enjoy this video and if you want more content like this, please subscribe. Give us that like. It goes a long way. We appreciate it. Once again, stay scared.